Hi there. I'm good, thanks. How are you going, guys?
Yeah, pretty good, Pam.
So welcome to this debriefing today, and thank you for attending. I will be leading the facilitating process as your supervisor. The debriefing is a planned and formal event and will be linked to educational and follow-up services relating to the incident we're about to debrief. And we have found a quiet, private, comfortable room in the workplace to host this session. So please make yourself as comfortable as possible before we begin. I've got some coffee for you guys and some just cheese and crackers. So yeah, just help yourself relax. So following a prepared agenda, we will review the incident that has occurred yesterday, where a member of the public had a heart attack at the facility and CPR had to be administered by a staff member. You will be glad to know the individual is now stable in hospital. As each of you were participants and witnesses in the event, we must go through a debriefing in order to mitigate the impact of the incident and facilitate normal recovery. This is an opportunity for you to express your emotions, vent, discuss fears, as well as make any suggestions for improvement. All responses are welcome, and we want to normalize any emotions that may present, so please share them with us. If I believe any of you need extra support, we'll be able to have a private one-on-one briefing, and there are other resources which we can be referred on to, such as counselling and therapy sessions. So before we begin with the prepared agenda, do you have any questions?
Yes, how many counselling sessions could we receive if we feel we've been impacted by an event?
So up to 7 sessions and more if needed.
Okay, because I was the person who performed the CPR.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And how long will the debrief take?
It should take up to 40 minutes depending on the topics that arise and the questions that are asked, and including any emotions that come about. Okay, great. So here is the agenda for the briefing today, just so you guys are aware of it.
Oh, yes, okay.
Great, okay. And so let's begin. So with the sequence of events of the incident that occurred yesterday on Monday the 21st of June. So at 1:30 p.m. yesterday at the main office at Home Care in Subiaco, where the majority of admin staff work, a member of the visiting public, a family member of a client, collapsed and had a heart attack. Paramedics were immediately called and a staff member, you, Grant, administered CPR. Is this correct?
Yes, that's right. I administered CPR for approximately 10 minutes until the ambulance arrived, then I handed over to the paramedics.
Okay, great. So after the paramedics took over, witnesses who work at the office who witnessed the event were dismissed for the day. An incident report was also submitted by the witnesses before they left. The individual who suffered the heart attack was actually stabilised and is now recovering well in hospital.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I was happy to hear that. I was concerned about what had happened to him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay, so firstly we're going to focus on what went well. Before I outline my findings, I would like to ask you what you felt went well in the incident.
Well, definitely the speed at which the CPR was administered.
Okay, we're just going to write this down. So we said, we'll see what went well and, yeah, so
Yeah, the speed.
CPR.
It was almost immediate, which was fantastic. I feel
Yeah.
this contributed to the individual now being in a stable condition.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, all at-home care staff members must be CPR and first aid competent, and is a requirement of their job, and this is very helpful in an emergency situation. Also, the fast response of the paramedics help with continuity of care.
Yeah, you were right. It is a requirement of all staff members in the office and community to be first aid and CPR qualified. It is a significant business expense, but very much worth it, as it keeps all stakeholders safe. Being able to respond effectively and efficiently in emergency, as shown with the incident yesterday, helps save lives.
Yeah, I know, even though we don't work directly with clients in the community, it's still really important that the company provides training related to this.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, okay, now we have clarified what went well in the incident. It's also important to highlight the things that didn't go so well, so we can analyse and improve on them. From some of the feedback from staff members we received after the incident was that although all staff members were qualified in first aid or CPR, many did not feel confident utilising these skills.
Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't
Okay.
feel like I had the confidence to step forward and perform that role.
Okay, I'm just going to write that down because that's a good one to note.
Training.
Not more training, okay. Okay. Do you feel that further training would benefit you in relation to these incidents?
Most definitely. If I would have had further training, I would more likely have stepped in to assist.
Okay, this is something I've just taken note of, and I was also told there were issues with finding a defibrillator during the incident.
Yes, while I was performing CPR, I requested another staff member to go and retrieve the defibrillator, but they never returned with one before the paramedics arrived.
Do you know why this is?
They told me they were unable to find it.
Do you know, do you as staff know where the defibrillator is located in the building?
No.
I don't know.
Oh,
No.
that's not good. That should be mandatory knowledge for all staff members. So we've really got to rectify this and ensure that everyone in the building is aware of where it is. I'm just going to note that as well. Okay. So are there any more issues relating to the incident you wish to share?
Yes, I reached out to the company employee assistance program after the incident, and they told me I need to wait at least a week until I'm able to access their services. I'm specifically looking for some counselling related to the incident.
Okay, that doesn't seem efficient enough. You should really be receiving some type of support and counselling directly after the event. I will need to look into this and see what can be done to speed up referrals. I will, however, now ensure you get a referral to a counselling and support service that can assist you. What about you, Wendy? Do you need any further assistance?
No, I'm fine. Thanks for the offer though.
Okay, I'm also going to put that down on our list because I didn't realise that was an issue with the employee assistance program. Something I can look into. So to summarise, the issues that have been raised in relation to the incident management are increased staff training related to CPR and first aid, promotion and education of the location of the defibrillator in the building to staff, and finally more efficient access to the employee assistance program and its services. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So in order to ensure these tasks are completed, it must be determined whom is responsible for their follow-up and implementation. For the increased training for the CPR and first aid, it will be organised by senior management. They will source the training from an external provider. And once this has been approved, we can organise a series of dates and time that suit staff members. For the location of the defibrillator, I will assign the work health and safety advisor to email all staff members a formal email relating to its location with a map, as well as including putting up signage to assist in more easily locating the defibrillator. As for the EPA and accessing services, I will need to refer this to Human Resources Manager, as many services to this program are outsourced to external companies. So how does that sound?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more training.
Okay, great.
I'd like to access the counselling as soon as possible. If you could arrange this, it'd be great.
Yeah, Gwen, I can arrange that personally for you. We have some connections to counsellors that we can arrange an appointment with within the next 24 hours to support you until you are able to actively access the EAP services. Would that work for you?
Yes, thanks, that's great.
Okay, so at the end of the debrief, I will obtain your contact details and arrange this for you immediately. So just to cover some things, the timelines for these incidents related to issues to be resolved are for the training programs. These will occur within a 3-month period, with all staff members at the company having been upskilled in their training within this time. For alerting staff to the defibrillator location, this will have occurred by the end of the week, including the implementation of signage. This will be a first priority. In relation to the employee assistance program, this will take longer, up to 6 months, as it will most likely involve a review and update of company policies and procedures. However, you will be kept updated on its progress and notified when it has been completed. How does this sound?
Fantastic.
That's good.
Okay, so to conclude, thank you for attending this debrief today and sharing your ideas and feedback with me. I hope this session has been beneficial to you. and has been an opportunity to process the incident that has occurred. If you have any more questions or queries, don't hesitate to contact me. You have my phone number and email address. I will now get straight onto the issues that were raised, and I will keep you updated on their progress. Thank you.
No, thanks, Willow.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Pleasure.